Do you want to know what drives other people and how we can begin to understand and influence the people around us as I break down the book by Robert Greene, The Laws of Human Nature, and how exactly we can use each law in our life? Don't forget to stick around for the entire video and subscribe. Law number 1 is actually to acknowledge your irrationality. We are not driven by logic. We are emotional beings, and we will forever be dictated by our emotions and our feelings. By just simply being aware of your emotional response and reaction, you can then make better decisions because you know you are not actually led by your logic. You are led by your emotions. You need to understand the law of narcissism and how most people are driven by their own self-interest. It is actually about focusing on what is in it for the other person and how you can create mutually beneficial situations. The law of role-playing. Learn to see behind other people's masks. A lot of people hide behind their true intentions and feelings. Understand and read between the lines of what the other person might be thinking and feeling. Learn to pay attention to the non-verbal cues and inconsistencies of the other person's behavior, because their behavior will tell you more about them than words can. Develop this skill to understand people better and interact with them. Understand the law of convergiousness. There is more desire and value in scarcity. So you need to understand the power of desire and how people want what they cannot have. The law of short-sightedness. Most of us are focused on our short-term goals and lack the awareness to know what might happen in the future. The law of defensiveness. Learn to disarm people with your own vulnerability. Authenticity and openness can actually help you connect with the other person because you are showing them your soft side, and they can resonate and relate to you so much more because they see another side to you. You're not always so tough and guarded and cold. You have to be able to use your vulnerability. Be actually genuine towards other people, and people can tell if you're being authentic or not. They can feel if you like them or not. So learn to be nicer to other people, and not for your own self-interest. Learn to actually give kindness to other people. When people are defensive, they learn to close off. So it is up to you to open them up by being the example, by actually showing them your own insecurities first, because nobody's going to open up first. Most people won't do that. So it is up to you to actually take that first step if you want to understand them. The law of self-sabotage. Most of us do have self-sabotaging behaviors, and we usually learn these habits unconsciously. People often undermine their own success and achievements in life. It is a default in society to drill in our minds that we're supposed to be weak. We are supposed to have low self-confidence. We're supposed to not believe in ourselves. We're supposed to buy this product to feel good about ourselves. It has been drilled in the media and social media to think low of ourselves. Identify your own actions and seek feedback on how you can actually improve. Learn to look at things in a more logical, critical way. And I know it's hard because, like I said in law number 1, we are driven by our emotions. But if you understand this and you are constantly self-aware of this, you can then make logical decisions on what is actually good for you. The law of repression. Most of us have repressed our true feelings, intentions, and desires. Bring all those feelings to the surface and understand that we can accept ourselves. We can accept ourselves in ways that we never thought about before. People often hide and bury their true feelings. Learn to cultivate an air of honesty and how you can truly bring your guard down, be honest with the other person, have a conversation, acknowledge your true feelings, and still accept yourself. So learning to recognize and understand and tell and say to the other person what you might be feeling is actually going to lead you to healthier relationships because you are not afraid to communicate what is really going on. The law of envy. All of us have a tendency to become jealous and compare ourselves to other people. It is up to us to be self-aware of this tendency and learn to break this bad habit. Learn to celebrate the successes and achievements of other people, and it can allow you to create stronger relationships and connections with those people. And who knows, those people might end up helping you, and you may have a friend that you created. So it is so essential to understand and be self-aware of your desire to be jealous, to be envious of the next person. And the only reason we are comparing ourselves to others and envious and jealous of another person's life is because we don't fully understand the full picture of their life. We're not there in the dark days, those long nights when they can't sleep, when they're thinking about something. You don't know what's going on in other people's heads. And it is a projection that you're putting on the other person, that they have an easy life, but it's not always true. You don't know actually what goes on behind the scenes. So envy is a powerful emotion that can actually damage a relationship. So if you think you are being envious and jealous of another person, understand that you don't have the full picture, and there is no need to think the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is only green where you water it. Like I said, learn to channel your envious tendencies into a more positive outlook on how you can actually build a connection with that person and learn from them instead of being angry and bitter. Learn to use envy as a source of inspiration. The law of grandiosity. All of us like to think that we're so important, we're so big, but actually we are so small in this universe. We are actually dust. And it is so important to be reminded of this, because I honestly feel so much more relaxed when I understand that it is not that deep. You need to be confident but also humble to understand that we are dust in this universe. Most things don't matter. People do go away. They come and go. We change. Other people change. You know, things will change. And you need to understand that it is okay. This shall pass too. Grandiosity and your own ego can drown you. Grandiosity can actually blind you from your own reality. Now, it is so important to touch grass once in a while, come back to earth. Don't forget to be open and stay grounded in the here and now. Most things don't really matter. I'm not saying you shouldn't pursue your most ambitious goals, but don't be so hard on yourself when you do fail once in a while. It is okay. And don't let your most ambitious goals be the reason you damage and hinder a good connection and relationship to other people. Sure, you need to take space when you need to take space and tell other people where your boundary lies and where you can and cannot meet them. But it is so essential to foster a healthy connection to yourself and other people. This is the most important thing in life, to actually feel self-fulfilled and happy. The happiness we feel is actually our close connection to the people around us, to the strangers, to the co-workers we have, to the random individuals, to the friends we once had, to the friends we will make. This connection is actually our happiness. And happiness is actually our ability to solve problems. There are problems all around. Every single person has a problem. So it is up to you to choose your own problems. The law of gender rigidity. Understand that there is a fluidity in our gender roles. All of us have masculine and feminine traits within ourselves, and it is up to us to showcase in that specific moment what we want to enhance and what matters most. There are times and scenarios when you need to be in your feminine, when you're being taken out on a date, when you're going for a lovely stroll down the beach. These are moments when you can be in your light feminine energy and be truly enjoying the moment. But there are times when something dangerous might be happening and you need to act fast. You need to come into your own masculine energy to get things done, to be tough, and to have a logical thinking. You need to learn how to make your masculine and feminine work for you. This allows for more authentic and genuine interactions because you know how exactly to adapt to the life scenario when you need to be masculine, when you need to be feminine. Allow him to be in his masculine and you to be in your feminine. The law of aimlessness. Set clear goals on what we want for our future. We can create and design the future we dreamed about. And what are you doing right now to get closer to that future? Avoid aimlessness and work every single day to get closer and closer to what you want and desire in this lifetime. Learn to have purpose and define your goals every single day, because your goals might be changing every single day. Now, you can be stable and say, okay, I need to focus on this long-term goal. Do not have shiny object syndrome and thinking the grass is greener somewhere else. The law of conformity. Don't be afraid to stand out, be authentic, be different, and learn to use your uniqueness to work for you. Avoid blindless conformity, especially in a life scenario where you want to stand out. You don't want to be like everybody else, because how are everybody else living? most of the time, not how you want to live. Avoid blind conformity and embrace your own individuality. Yes, we are all individuals. We can make different choices and do things differently, but we are all cut from the same cloth. We all have positive, negative traits, masculine traits, feminine traits, and it is up to us to dictate what energy we want to be in. The law of fickleness. Most of us can fall short on what we promised the other person. Apologize sincerely to the other person when we do fall short, when we can't make it to an event, when we cannot do what they want us to do. Have clear communication, and this can allow the other person to have a good understanding of what we might be going through. And it is all about actually having those conversations, because if you simply just had a clear conversation about where you're at, what you're thinking, what's the reason why you cannot do what they want you to do, people can truly understand and be on your side if you give them that clear communication. Understand that people's moods and opinions, situations can change at an instant. So you need to be flexible with them and adapt to all life scenarios. People can change their moods, their opinions, what they think, their feelings in a moment's notice. Now, this doesn't mean they're fucking bipolar. It actually means that people are up and down like life goes. Understand that all of us are fickle in our own human nature and behavior, and this can allow you to be less hard on the other person when they let you down here and there, when they actually change their mind and they cancel on you, or they're a bit late or something like that. You can understand that you do it too, so you can be more relaxed. Law of aggression. All of us have aggressive and passive sides to us. Dictates in the moment what energy we need to be in right now. Is it appropriate to be aggressive in this moment, or is it important to be passive and be understanding and be assuring to the other person? Or is it time to actually use your anger and frustration to get things done? Learn to channel your aggressiveness productively and constructively. Learn to make it work for you, because we all have bad sides to us. We all have good sides to us. To cultivate more goodness in our lives, but actually take our sign of frustration and aggressiveness and move it and use that energy, that negative energy, and transform it into good, into positivity, into getting things done, into being more actionable. So use your anger and use it as a motivator, a tool to get the work done. Learn to find healthy ways to express this desire to act negatively or use your aggression. This can include by you going on a walk, by going on a run, by doing boxing, by you taking cooking classes, by you taking dance classes, by you screaming into your pillow, by you doing something that can release all of that built up energy. Because we can all get too excited sometimes, and it is up to use positive outlets like painting, like being creative, to express our emotions, to talk to somebody when we need to. The law of generational myopia. You need to recognize generational and cultural differences between societies. We all had different things we needed to experience in our early childhood, and it is up to use all of those lessons and situations to work for us and not against us. So how can you understand that your environment shaped the person who you grew up to be? You do have a say in how you can change and become better, but you do need to understand that your environment plays a huge role in why you think the way that you do. Stay conscious and level-headed and say all the things that you will not repeat in your previous generation, and how can you get better and do things in a better way. The law of death denial. All of us are going to die one day. Learn to embrace the reality of mortality. And knowing that we are going to die one day should inspire you to live right now. Live like this is your last day. Be with the people you want to be with, like this is your last chance. And do things that excite you. And understand that not all of us have all the ages and years that we think we will have. So learn to be in this present moment. Take this moment for what it is. Be more appreciative of what you have right here, because it can all be gone in a moment's notice. So we can learn to appreciate each and every single day like it is our last. Who knows? Maybe it is our last day. And you, ironically, getting closer to your mortality, you can realize what you actually care about. Because when you go through a near-death experience, you realize in that very moment what actually matters to you. I have experienced multiple near-death experiences, and this is truly the pivotal moments in my life that I'll forever be grateful for, because it taught me how intentional I need to be in my approach to enjoy life more and actually be more grateful for every single thing around. Learn how to cultivate empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Think about what might they be going through and how exactly can you be more compassionate to their own situation. You may be desiring the life of somebody else, and little do you know that they're desiring and wanting the life you have. You have no clue what is going on, okay? So do not place your own projections onto another person. Do not say that they are living better than you, and learn to understand where you are at and embrace the journey. You need to develop your own active listening skills, because I truly think the social people, the people who truly know how to communicate and work the social dynamics, are the people who are going to win in life, because every single thing is a social game. We have created so many things that we do, we say, how we act, and it is all because of how we interact with other people. And the fastest way you can grow in your life is to start to understand and listen to people. Practice patience and understand that we can all be impatient at times. Sure, some of us have more degree of being impatient in certain scenarios. It is our responsibility to cultivate more patience in our life. We can all be impatient in certain scenarios depending on what we're going through, but we can always learn to be slower in our approach to other people, to be kinder, to be more compassionate, to listen more, to build more trust, to give out goodness, and not because you have a hidden motive or agenda, but actually because you want to be a good person. You want to show them kindness because you know it will come back to you. You know that the most important thing is our connection to people, and you take care of every single thing around you. You take care of the plants around you. You take care of every single form of life because you understand that it is a part of you. Remain curious and don't think that you know everything and that nobody can tell you anything new and like you know it all. Those are the worst types of people to be around. So have a growth mindset. Understand that you know so little. You don't even know what you don't know. And this can allow you to learn more if you just listen, if you pay attention to other people, if you think differently, if you have different thought patterns. Train yourself to think differently. Train yourself to have new connections, new patterns, ways of doing things. Do things differently. Show yourself that you can be flexible, adaptable, and learn to observe without judgment. Like I said, you have no clue what other people might be going through. You may want the life of another person. Maybe they want your life. So learn to be grateful. Do not judge other people. You don't know where they're at, why they do the things that they do. And if you did, you can maybe have more compassion for them. And this doesn't mean, oh, you have to know the reason of what goes on in their life and you feel like it's your right to know. No, just give out kindness randomly, not because you have another intention or motive, but just do it because it doesn't take anything out of you. In fact, it builds your self-confidence. It builds your appreciation and connection to other people. And I love those moments when I'm just so like in my own world thinking about how I never accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and then somebody just randomly says they want to do something that I've already done, and I think to myself, wow, I was not even appreciative or grateful or joyful for what I have already done. Other people are dreaming of the things I have already done. It is done and dusted. Got the t-shirt, done the thing. I've got the t-shirt, I've done the thing, and I'm like, wow. There's so many things that I've done that other people have. It's on their vision board, and I'm like, I'm done with that. Let's move on. And this is why it is so important for you to reflect regularly. Take a step back. Acknowledge how far you've come, all the things that you have already accomplished, how much you can be grateful for in this exact moment, how much it is not that serious. Not everything's about your achievements and your what society wants of you. It's okay. Please don't forget to comment what you learned from this video and how exactly can I make a better video for you. I am open to feedback, suggestions, and more advice. If you want to talk to me, if you want to build a connection with me and find my email somewhere, we can chat, we can have a good conversation. You can give me video suggestions, you can tell me how I can make my YouTube videos better. I don't know, we can have a connection. I am not afraid of talking to people. Build a connection with me. I don't bite, you know. Oh, well, if you want me to. Thank you so much. Bye.